This video is going to be a very raw, unedited video all about my bizarre experience with NMN.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I've been into fitness all my life, in addition to health and longevity, and NMN has been getting a lot of attention as a phenomenal NAD booster, especially for anti-aging. Your NAD levels decrease, and in addition has phenomenal mental health benefits in addition to physical health benefits. One thing I want to say before I get into this, I'm not a doctor, I'm not your doctor, I don't pretend to be a doctor in any of my videos. This is just my own personal experience with taking NMN, which I feel like is very unusual, but I want to make this video as kind of like a stamp or like almost like a video journal to talk about my experience just in case anyone else has had the same experience. So I initially tried NMN with pure NMN powder from Renue by Science. And one thing I want to say is that the two companies I'm going to mention are Renue by Science and ProHealth Longevity. Both these companies are incredible. Their customer support team was phenomenal. That's probably an understatement, being honest, for lack of a better word, because they were just so helpful throughout this whole kind of interesting experimentation that I was doing when taking NMN. And I want to say that all the products are amazing. So I just want to say that my experience, I know, is very unique and very, again, uncommon compared to a lot of other people. So I do want to say that. I'm not trying to bash these companies. And in addition, I have no affiliation with any of the companies I'm about to mention in this video. So again, I tried out pure NMN from Renue by Science. I started with a half scoop. So a half scoop when it comes to their pure NMN powder is 250 milligrams of NMN. And I did it sublingually, meaning I put it under my tongue, let it dissolve. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, all right, this is another supplement I'm taking. I take supplements all the time. I've tried a bunch of stuff, so no big deal, right? 2 to 3 hours later, I was filming a video, ironically, and I was like, I feel really out of it. Like, spacey, weird. I felt tired. I almost kind of felt like I felt drugged almost. Just, I took a huge hit, and I was like, wow, I just feel like exhausted, like very tired. Again, spacey, out of it. I don't want to use the word dizzy because it's not like that. It's not like I was like in some type of like harm where I couldn't like function, but I just felt very spacey and out of it and just very weird. There's no other way I can word that. And it lasted most of the day. And I remember thinking like, all right, the only thing that I did differently this day is the NMN powder. So I went on Reddit and I was like, okay, let me go on Reddit. Let me read reviews on other sites. And turns out a very small percentage of people who try NMN have the same experience of like, a lot of fatigue and feeling out of it and weird. And like, just, even when filming a video, I remember when it kicked in, actually like halfway through the video, I remember talking, being like, what was I just saying? And I just felt so out of it and weird that I actually had to stop filming. I was like, you know what? I don't think I can film today. And for the rest of the day, and this is the only word I can use, I was just borderline lazy. And I'm not like, I'm the least lazy person in the world. I have numerous different YouTube channels. I'm constantly filming. I'm also an electronic musician, so I'm constantly making music. I work out all the time because I do parkour. And it was one of the first times, or not the only time, was like, I just kind of feel like sitting on the couch and just doing nothing and maybe watching TV, just because I felt so out of it. It was very bizarre. So again, when I did research, I saw a few people who said, hey, try it with resveratrol and TMG. Because resveratrol and TMG they have a synergistic blend with NMN, and it can be better for you. And people who said they had the same symptoms as me, kind of out of it, fatigue, all this kind of stuff, said that when they did try it with TMG and resveratrol, it was a lot better. They said that those symptoms went away. So I was like, all right, great. You know what? So I did some research, found ProHealth Longevity has a supplement. It has NMN and TMG and resveratrol. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's like a blend. I take one scoop. I don't have to buy a bunch of different supplements or whatever. So I tried, maybe on the first time I tried ProHealth Longevity, I tried maybe, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of a scoop. So for their scoop, it's about 1,000 milligrams of NMN or a gram. So I had about the same amount, again, about 250 milligrams of NMN in addition to the amounts of resveratrol and TMG. Had a similar experience as the Renue by Science pure NMN powder, but it was less mitigated for sure. I will say that. Definitely less mitigated, but I still felt, out of it weird, just kind of spacey, and in addition, lazy. So I was very frustrated at this point, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, because when you read a lot of the reviews online, and obviously reviews, you do have to take with a grain of salt, but in addition, I saw a bunch of reviews, I listened to podcasts and listened to videos from people by Dr. Anna Patrick, Dr. Dave Sinclair, all these people who said, look, NMN powder is incredible, and the amount of posts I read online, people saying, look, NMN changed my life, I'm 50 years old, and I'm working out like I'm 30, I'm 50, but I feel like I'm in my 20s. All these reports were so positive, and I'm like, why do I have to have this bad reaction? I never have any bad reactions to any supplements. I'm not sensitive to anything. So I was like, why am I having this bizarre reaction? So I was like, okay, third time's a charm. Let me try it again. Tried it a third time. Same thing again. So at this point, at least as it stands, NMN powder, or NMN, the supplement in general, is out of my life completely because it ruins my whole day. It's so weird, and for lack of a better word, it is kind of frustrating because I want to have all those amazing health benefits, and it's not like there's anything in NMN that's a bit questionable, right? And I tried 2 different supplements from 2 different companies. Both have been tested and everything. Same reaction with both, which means I know it's not one of those companies. But the weird thing is, I just don't know. And again, let me know for people watching this video if you've had a similar reaction with NMN. Now I decided to mix it up because I was like, okay, I know boosting my NAD levels is healthy for me. I know that. So, obviously I'm working out. I do intermittent fasting. I eat very healthy. But I was like, let me explore another supplement called NR. NMN and NR are kind of like the 2 biggest NAD boosting supplements that are very well known. Those are the 2 big ones. There's a lot of pros and cons to both. NR has been around for longer and a lot more studied. NMN, though, even though it's very recently studied in terms of all the research, it's been shown to be more effective than NR. So, let me just try NR. Let me just try another one. Maybe it'll be a bit better. I'm now taking Resveratrol from Thorne. It has NR, resveratrol, or maybe Resveratrol? Yeah, Resveratrol. NR, Resveratrol, TMG, and quercetin actually as well. So it's a blend of those. I've been taking about a half dose a day, but definitely noticing, and I'll probably do like an entire video about NR and my experience with Thorne and this Resveratrol and everything. So far, it's been a lot better with NR. I will say that. However, I'm taking way less of a dose. So I'm taking about, I'd say maybe 150 to 200 milligrams of NR. And in addition, NR has been shown to be less effective in some studies than NMN in terms of boosting NAD levels. So it could be that maybe I'm taking such a small amount, and of course it's NR as well, that maybe I'm just not feeling it. I do feel some slight, very slight similar effects when it comes to taking NR compared to NMN. Like the feeling I have is a bit similar, but way more mitigated, which is good. It's like more manageable where I can still get work done. I've been taking it for about 5 or 6 days now. I've already noticed, and it could be placebo effect, could not be, right? Tough to say. I've already noticed a substantial performance in my mental ability to work nonstop all day and not feel like I'm losing any mental acuity and my mental fatigue. Because obviously, if you're going to be working all day, as I typically do, if I'm filming all day, making music, doing all these cognitively intensive tasks, typically I get some type of fatigue. Not in this case, which is very interesting. Not in this case. I can work nonstop all day now and not feel like I'm losing my mental edge. And my physical performance, in terms of my workouts, it's insane how much longer and harder I can work out. Almost surprisingly so, where when I look back at my workout, I'm like, wait, did I really even do that much? Like, I don't feel that tired. And I feel like I should feel tired, but it's just the fact that, again, it could be placebo, it could be NR, or maybe a combination of the 2, or maybe the other supplements. But I'm definitely noticing some very just noticeable, I guess for lack of a better word, very noticeable benefits from NR and the Thorne Resveratrol. Again, I don't know if maybe it's because it's NR. I don't know if it's because it's the Thorne. Maybe it's also, there's a quercetin in it. Maybe that helps. I don't know. At this point, though, I do want to try NMN again, especially with all the benefits that are out there. But at this point, it was kind of frustrating as I am very kind of skeptical and afraid to, because I think I'm one of those few people that for whatever reason, maybe NAD boosters I'm just naturally sensitive to. Really, really tough to say.